New Vice President Jusuf Kalla has consistently dedicated himself to the country. In his 72 years, he has been a successful leader, politician and businessman.
Jusuf Kalla, known by the people of Makassar as Daeng Uchu, was born in Watampone, Bone, South Sulawesi on May 15, 1942. He is the second of 17 children by Haji Kalla and Atira. His father, Haji, was a businessman of Bugis descent, founder of what is now the Kalla Group conglomerate. His mother, Atira, was a more ordinary merchant and housewife. Haji wanted his son to become an ustad or Islamic religious leader. Kalla was sent to the Islamic school Datumuseng Makassar in the South Sulawesi capital. But he insisted on pursuing studies in business and economics. Kalla received his bachelor's in economics from Hasanuddin University in Makassar in 1967. While Kalla was trusted enough to assume the role of assistant lecturer to Indonesia's first vice president, Mohammed Hatta. Kalla was the leader of a number of student and youth organizations, including the Indonesia Islamic Students Makassar chapter, Hasanuddin University Student Board, and the Indonesian Student Action Presidium, KAMI. The business his father founded, NV Haji Kalla, was handed down to his son shortly after he graduated in 1967. Under the young Kalla's leadership, NV Haji Kalla expanded beyond its export-import activities to other sectors, including hospitality, construction, automobiles, shipping, real estate, transport, shrimp farming, palm oil, entertainment, and telecommunications, becoming the modern Kalla Group. Kalla was appointed as head of the South Sulawesi Chamber for Trade and Industry in 1985, holding the position until 1997, before moving on to the Indonesia Chamber of Trade and Industry Council Board from 1997 to 2002. Kalla married his current wife, Mufida Miad Saad, from Sumatra. Kalla and his wife, Mufida, had a son and 4 daughters. They are Sulichin, Mursila, Muswida, Imelda, and the youngest, Chaireni Jusuf. Kalla's political career took flight in 1965 after the forming of the United Secretariat of the Golkar Party, Sekber Golkar, where Kalla was elected as head of its Youth for South and Southeast Sulawesi chapters from 1965 to 1968. This catapulted his political career further, and he also became the member of South Sulawesi's Provincial Legislative Council, DPRD, for the same period. Completing his rise, at a national congress of Golkar in Bali in December of 2004, Kalla was elected as chairman of the party, picking up where his predecessor Akbar Tanjung had left off. His first ministerial post was in 1999, when former President Abdurrahman Wahid, or Gustor, appointed him as Minister for Industry and Trade. His post as Minister of Industry and Trade was short-lived. He was removed in April 2000, accused by President Gustor of corruption. No evidence was ever presented to support the charge. In 2001, President Megawati Sukarno Putri, who took over from Abdurrahman Wahid Gustor after he was dismissed by the People's Consultative Assembly, appointed Kalla into her cabinet as the coordinating minister for people's welfare. Then, in 2002, Kalla resigned from his post after being named as candidate for vice president to run alongside presidential hopeful Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono. When SBY was elected Indonesia's 6th president, Kalla became Indonesia's 10th vice president. The pair were the first president and vice president chosen via direct election. After committing to not joining a coalition with the Democratic Party, Kalla was named as a presidential candidate at the Golkar Party Special Leaders Meeting for the 2009 presidential poll. Kalla decided to name the chairman of the People's Conscience Party, Hanura Wiranto, as his vice presidential candidate, but he failed to appeal to the majority in the poll itself. For the 2014 poll, Kalla emerged as the vice presidential candidate to run alongside Jakarta Governor Joko Widodo. The Jokowi-Jusuf Kalla pair running for the presidency carried a highly popular tagline, Salam Dua Jari, the two-finger salute. On July 22nd, the General Elections Commission announced Joko Widodo and Jusuf Kalla as winners of the 2014 presidential election. The decision was opposed by their rival pair, Prabowo Subianto and Hatta Rajasa, who then disputed the result in the Constitutional Court. After the court rejected a dispute filed by the Prabowo-Hatta Rajasa camp, the appointment of Joko Widodo and Jusuf Kalla was legitimized as president and vice president for 2014 to 2019. Kalla is the first vice president to be elected twice via direct election.